Since the release of the first Legends Z to A teaser, almost a full year ago, I have moved twice, caught literally hundreds of shiny Pokemon, which blows my mind, and the Nintendo Switch 2 was announced nearly 8 years after the release of the original Switch. My point being that it's been a long time, especially for us Pokemon fans who are used to seeing one, maybe even 2 games a year. But with Pokemon Day 2025 coming just around the corner, I think it's safe to say that we're guaranteed more Legends Z to A information or news. I would imagine we'll see a full-length trailer, we'll probably see some gameplay footage, and if we're really lucky, we might see the starters announced. But this game has been shrouded in mystery for a full year now. And instead of spreading rumors like a virus like the majority of leakers out there, all with contradictory information, I'm gonna go over a handful of features that would make sense for Pokemon to include in the next Legends game, all coming from a guy who spent hundreds of hours playing Legends Arceus. Make sense? Let's do it. We interrupt your regular broadcast to bring you this piece of valuable information. Thanks, Mark. It has come to my attention that people still don't know how to properly pronounce the title of this game. It is Legends Z2A or Z through A. Not Legends ZA, not Legends ZA, not Zebra or Pizza, although the latter two would be acceptable. This is an N-dash. In spoken word, through or to. And it's used to show ranges between two things, like my terrible VGC record in Regulation G, 24 to 61, because I refuse to use legendary Pokemon. But honestly, I have no idea. Okay, back to your regular programming. Alright, the first gameplay edition that we're going to be discussing is an online multiplayer feature. I'm not talking about the Union Circle, I'm not talking about VGC, and I'm definitely not talking about this.
Shut the f*** up. Be a motherfucking man about it.
What I am talking about is an interactive multiplayer experience that, number 1, makes it easier to farm items and experience or XP. Number 2, catch Pokemon and or shiny Pokemon. And because we'll be redeveloping Lumio City in Z to A, build structures and craft items. I feel strongly that we didn't get something like this in Arceus because not only was the timeline between Arceus and Scarlet and Violet surprisingly short, but Arceus was the first game in this Legends series, and Pokemon probably wanted to prioritize getting the solo gameplay right and just this Legends formula right. And I think they did a great job. I loved Legends Arceus. But the Pokemon Company has finally given themselves enough time to put something like this in Z to A, and I'm really hoping they do. If you want a good example of how this feature could function, look no further than the Pokemon boogeyman over the past couple of years, Pal World. And before you click away, you should probably know that I've actually never played Pal World, but I watched a lot of streams from people who did, and guys, it looked like a lot of fun.
Hello? What is up? I'm out here playing some Pal World. I don't know what the hell this game is. What's up, bro? Damn, you got a witch hat and everything?
You can join a guild with your friends and compete with other guilds online. Your pals, or Pokemon in this case, each have a vital role to play in maintaining the structures that you build with your guild, like water Pokemon caring for your crops, fire Pokemon crafting items and materials through blacksmithing, and electric Pokemon just keeping the lights on. And number 3, the ability to interact with the actual story of the game with your friends, including boss battles, Pokedex entries, and just exploring the world and region together. Say what you want about Pal World, and again, I never played it, but it did sort of lay the foundation for how something like this could work in the Pokemon universe. And if Pal World can just blatantly steal designs from Pokemon, then Pokemon can take some of the game elements used in Pal World and just make them better in their own games. And the next gameplay feature that I'm hoping we'll at least see improvements on are Pokémon Interactions. I touched on this a bit a moment ago with the water Pokemon watering the crops thing, but I want to make a clearer point here. Pokemon helping you perform tasks would be great, but what I'm really hoping for is for Pokemon to take the best parts of Legends Arceus, Scarlet and Violet, and Sword and Shield. Hear me out on this one. I want Pokemon to be able to break and collect items for us just like in Legends Arceus, but I don't want to have to throw the Pokemon out of the Pokeball to do it. I want to be able to auto battle with my Pokemon like in Scarlet and Violet. I also want it to actually work. Please, for the love of God. And I want Pokemon to be able to follow me around in a mostly natural way like in the Sword and Shield DLC. What's the solution? Just do all three and just include separate buttons or commands for follow, auto battle, or break item or rock. I feel like we've gotten three very different but very good ways of interacting with our Pokemon in those three games. And at this point, can we just get all three, please? All three in one game. It would be really nice. And so much more fun to just traverse around collecting items and catching Pokemon with your own Pokemon. One of the aspects that made Legends Arceus so great was how fluid it was. You were catching a Pokemon, then you're flying on Braviary. Oh, let me drop down to a mass outbreak, catch all those, and then hop right back on Weird It's all happening at such a rapid pace, but still somehow flows incredibly well. And if Pokemon can do that, then they're more than capable of making our interactions with our Pokemon feel the same way. And to be clear, I do not want Pokemon to become Pal World. I just want more out of my online multiplayer experience than taking fucking selfies for BP. We've all waited a very long time for Legend Z to A news, and I've made all my predictions videos and this video about what I want out of the gameplay. But I think it's finally time to sit back, grab my popcorn, and just let reality happen. Let's pray to Arceus for good news. My bad for mispronouncing Arceus multiple times in this video. I cannot stop doing that. And have a wonderful day. Okay.
Wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. Catch them is my real test, to train them is my goal. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Trampled by Squirtles here. But you probably thought that was a Hispanic man, didn't you? Never judge a book by its cover. Let's tie a bow on this video.